It's David here from Freedom Founders. My question for you today is, do you have a business or do you have a job? Think about it. Most of you who went to school many long years, just like I did, worked hard to get to a point in life when you would graduate, have a license, have degrees where you could go out and start your own business, your practice. That was like the top of the mountain, right? Finally achieved it. Finally can go out and start life and making money and paying off school loan debts and upping the lifestyle a little bit. I mean, right? You work so hard, you sacrifice so long, you deserve it. Here's the problem. Most professional practice owners, and that goes from healthcare, dentistry, veterinary medicine, optometry, podiatry, chiropractic, to lots of other small business owners. The business itself is really a job. It's a job. It's a job. Now, for many, it's a good job. It pays well. But as the owner of a business, you take on so much risk and so much liability. Is it really paying you what you deserve? You know, real business owners, the truly owned businesses where their active involvement on a daily basis, producing the service or product is not a requirement of a true business. The owner actually is not involved in the day-to-day operations like we are in the trenches of our practices. A real business owner doesn't have to do that. A real business owner focuses on the business and not in fulfilling the operational aspect. It's not what we're taught in school, is it? We're taught to focus all of our constructs, our energy on our expertise, head, hands, what we do, how we serve our clientele, our patients. And that's a great thing because it's a great service. It provides great satisfaction. The problem, though, is that there's no real freedom when you're obligated to always trade your labor, your time, for those dollars. It's transactional. Yes, you may build up some value in your practice or your business that you someday could sell, could harvest, and that's part of the nest egg that many count on when they want to, quote, retire from active work. The problem is you don't know what that's going to be when you retire. The markets are always changing. Interest rates are changing. The desire for corporate entities, which have brought a lot of liquidity into our marketplace in buying practices, they may not be there in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Things change, so you can't count on that. And even when you can, the multiples of selling a professional practice, in which the income, the value is really highly dependent upon the owner, doesn't bring a very big multiple. It's not a real business. Now, again, I'm not putting down what we all went to school to do, but I look at it as a stepping stone. Why do you feel like you have to be stuck in a rut, in a trench, doing the same thing day in, day out for 30, 35, 40 years? I think it's a terrible construct, and that's what society, and that's what our profession, that's what our industry teaches us. Just continue to invest in yourself, which that's a good thing, but where is the ability to leverage outside, to create real equity that produces real cash flow, whether we're working it or not? Now, I did it in real estate. You can do it in business or multiple businesses. You can do it. People have done it. It's not easy, but it can be done. I just find real estate so much easier and provided me the income streams, the outside wealth and equity that I could leave my practice some 15 years ago when my daughter was really sick. It gave me an option. It gave me freedom of choice. There's 5 freedoms. Let me give those to you real quickly, just so you've got a framework. 5 freedoms in life. The big one that everybody talks about getting to is financial freedom, right here. Financial. I put it at the bottom because it's the one you got to break through. Everybody wants financial freedom. Everybody wants to have some number of assets or capital or money that allows them to not have to work. Well, I'm not going to go deep in that hole today, but the big problem with most of the traditional financial planning is it's all about accumulation. Just build up, stack it up, stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. Have some big number that hopefully will last you, the rest of your days of your life when you stop active income. That's a bad premise. It's a bad paradigm. You need to focus on cash flow. More on that on another subject. But that's the first one. Once you break through financial, there's time. We give up so much of our time and our labor to get the ball rolling, but we spend 30, 35, 40 years trading that time. We should be transferring that time, that sacrifice early in life to capital assets, real businesses or real estate, my favorite, to produce the income that we need or want without us doing the work. Who teaches us that? Nobody. Nobody does. Next one is relationship freedom. Relationship freedom, that's about the people that you spend your time with. How many of you have freedom in relationship? Now, you didn't choose the family you grew up in, but you did get to choose your spouse. Hopefully you made a good choice there. Your kids, well, you chose to have them, so hopefully you're good there. I'm talking about outside the family, outside the nuclear family. Who are the other people that you spend time with? Your staff, your business partners, your associates. How's that? Do you have true freedom there, or do you feel like you're stuck with what you got? It's a choice. It's a choice. Do you have freedom there? What about freedom in the people you serve, your patients, your clients, your customers? How much freedom do you have there? Do you feel like you just have to come one, come all, take everybody just because you need to make the buck to pay the overhead? That's not freedom if you have to do that. So relationship freedom, it's huge. But you can't have it until you have financial freedom. You can't have that until you have time freedom. What's the next one? People give up all the time is health. They give up their health. They put off their health because they think, well, someday when I get all this other stuff done and enough money stacked up, then I'll start living my life and I'll get back and I'll get healthy again. Well, for most people, someday never comes. They don't get there. And so they've been spinning on this hamster wheel all their life, worn out, broken down, body's broken, keep people alive in their lives also with poor health or maybe gone. It's too late. You've got to build these things in at the same time. And then the final freedom that very few people get to, that's freedom of purpose. Freedom of purpose. Until you get through the other freedoms, you never really know what your real purpose in life is. I didn't know until I broke through and had the freedom, made the choice to sell the practice. Now, not that I have any regrets about the years I spent in practice, but why do we feel like we have to stay in the trenches all those years doing the same thing? You don't really know who you are, what you're about, what true meaning and purpose, significance you have in life. What dent do you want to leave? What impact do you want to leave on your family, your community, your colleagues in industry, the next generations? I don't care what it is, but you've got a greater purpose than just doing what you do right now. I promise you do. You just don't know it. So my key for you today is reconsider where you're putting all your time and focus. Yes, I know you got to put the time in. You got to put the time in your practice, in your business. Right now, that's what you do. It's how you've been built. But until you start making some changes in the way you think, self-limiting beliefs that make you think you've got to do things a certain way, the ball really won't change. Linear improvement, very, very slow is not going to transform your life. You need multiples. You need exponential change. How are you going to do that? You've got to change your environment. You got to change what you take in, what you hear, what you read, what you listen to, what you watch, people that you surround yourself with. I'm talking about mentors, coaches, mastermind groups, people that are going to challenge you in the right way to stop thinking the way you're thinking, quit making up excuses in your life, quit procrastinating because, well, you only know how to do it one way because the way you've been taught. That's wrong. You've got to change your environment to change the way you act, the way you behave, that will then change your life. Taking in more information, just dreaming, hoping, thinking, running after bright, shiny objects isn't going to do it. You need clarity and focus on the right steps to make it happen. You need people around you that can give you a different perspective on where you are and where you're going and what your unique abilities are. You can't do that by yourself. Don't try to live solo. Just sitting in your room and staring at the four walls is not going to give you the perspective that you need to make the change you need in your life. That's my key for you. Make this a great year, but to make a great year, you've got to challenge yourself. And to challenge yourself, you need other people to challenge you. Don't try to do it by yourself, just like a personal trainer. You need someone there to stay on you, make you accountable, step up to the plate. Don't quit. No excuses. Don't give up. All right. Remember, always stay focused on your freedom. It's been David. Over and out. See you next time.